Listen, I remember when Footprints came out. That was one of the only times that dancehall had went from a hyper mode to where it was more cultural and one drop rhythms running dancehall, where the men were actually making up dances to the
Yeah.
drop leaf and stuff. I remember Bogle was dancing to Footprints, like he had a actual dance for this song.
Well, yeah, Screechy to come out them time there. Uh, no, my Screechy was for Chichi Man actually,
Yeah.
but because we and Bogle had a connection from before too, through LOY, because Bogle was a part of LOY movement too. So it was so that whole LOY and the connection with John Shopping in New York, those two labels were very instrumental in the early part of T.O.K's career. That's why we were so huge. We had such a strong footing in New York as well, because that's where John Shop was from.
Mhm.
And we had a huge footing in LA too. So like because of that, we knew Bogle from then.
Mhm.
So when we touch any show and Bogle is around, it was ridiculous. Like it was chaos, you know, because he was so respected as an icon, as a dancing icon, as a fashion icon, as just a personality that people wanted to be like, you know. And then we were that young edgy group, or just take the place by storm. It was like it was a huge deal when both of us were together. So we knew him from way back when. So then after the tragedy with Alex's brother, he was shot and killed in Portmore, and that's kind of weird. That was the catalyst for the spirit that created Footprints. It was the moment that we understood that our music wasn't just words and lyrics and melodies, but they were messages that sometimes people needed to hear in order to get through and get what they need to get done. And so there was a power in that song that was unlike any other. So when we put pen to paper and did that song, unfortunately a little after that Bogle passed as well. So it was a big deal because we were so close to him. So people automatically put the song together with his remembrance. You know?
Makes sense. And what did that song actually do for you guys' career?
Footprints was phenomenal, man. Footprints. By this time, we were internationally known. By this time, because we were like one of the first artists on 106 and Park, and like BT, VH1, and those things. MTV was like a weekly thing for us at the time, and Footprints came after that. So it was that thing that it was next level. Like I remember that song. That song premiered at number 5 on 106 and Park Countdown. It was ridiculous. And that was, by then we had already been hitting Billboard charts and stuff with like Chichi Man and Shake Your Bam Bam and Money to Burn. That was a huge hit as well. Like, we had already been hitting the Billboard charts with those songs from before. And it's like, so when Footprints came out, no, it was just, and it could be understood by everyone. It was one of those songs that came out exactly when it was supposed to come out, and it gave a lot of people the strength that they needed in order to cope with whatever they were going through at the time. And really and truly, like, I can't really, even though it is a great accomplishment, I can't really boast about that song because it was bigger than what we were talking. It's bigger than words. It's bigger than it was a sentiment that needed to be conveyed, and we were the vessels.
Yeah, because when you said spirit, you have to remember music is a spiritual thing where it's a spirit jumps in you and tells you what to say. A lot of times you're writing down the words, or however you're writing your songs. The words are not really. As you're writing, the words are just coming out, and it's just that spirit told you what to say, or the group what to say at that time there.
Yeah, man. For sure.
Yeah. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.